What's up, everyone? It's your boy King A here, and today we are here for our first edition of my How to Revamp Champion series. So I think I'm gonna upload this about once or twice a week. And basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna choose two champions in each video, and they're probably gonna be champions that are like mediocre or universally perceived as like okay or just straight garbage tier. Um, I dropped my pencil. Um, and so today, I decided to just go just jump right into this. Um, Tech and science. I think I'm gonna look at them as 3 stars because I don't think I have one of them as a 4 star. And as you can see from the title, we are just going Luke Cage and Iron Patriot. So first, I'm gonna outline why these champions are bad, and I'm gonna start with Iron Patriot. So I would say Iron Patriot out of these two is definitely better. Um, he does have his Arc Overload, um, where he gets a very good armor up and a decent amount of regen. It's about like 50%. Or I think it starts at like 40 and then it goes up to 60. Um, this is when he gets down to 15%. His special attack 1 has a decent armor break. His special attack 2 has a decent armor break and a stun, and his special attack 3 has a stun. So, here's one of the reasons why he's just so bad. Because as soon as you get your Arc Overload, all these abilities, all the armor breaks, the stuns, he can't use them anymore. They all get negated. So once you regen, you really want to regen like right at the end of the fight and then just finish it off. But if you're at the beginning of the fight, you're low health, you drop below 15%, and he does his Arc Overload, he um he can't do any of this for the rest of the fight. One of the things that makes him a little bit different than the other Iron Man is uh when he Arc Overloads, he gains some power, which is fine, but that power is kind of useless because he can't use the stuff that makes him a decent champ, which is his armor break and a stun. So, I think the first most glaring thing, is to just get rid of the burnout. He needs to still be able to use his armor break and still be able to stun even after he uses his Arc Overload, which I don't think is a lot to ask because all the other Iron Man champions they still have their armor break on their specials after they Arc Overload. I think the second thing is, not that. The second thing is on a special one, make it a 100% chance to armor break. On a special 2, also make it a 100% chance to, actually no, make it 75 because there's 3 hits, and make that chance to stun to be just 80%, just to buff it a little bit. And the special attack 3, I think the special attack 3 should have a bleed or an armor break as well because it is a bunch of missiles dropping from the sky. If a missile is dropped on your head, if you're not bleeding, I don't know what's up with you. So yeah, I think that would make him a decent champ. Also, universally for all Iron Men, I think one thing that could make them really good champions is if their Arc Overload could trigger. Well, first of all, if their Arc Overload started at healing at about 85%, and if you maxed it out, it would heal. No, because it's triggering at 15. So let's say it starts at 60%, and then maxed out it heals 85%. So you heal up to full, not just to 60% when you get an Arc Overload. That would make a lot of champions really good. And what could make them even better is if you made it so that they could use their Arc Overload multiple times. So let's say you have a way to recharge it is, I don't know, you could have like a timer cooldown. I think something that'd be a little harder, so it wouldn't be so broken, is if you had all the Iron Men, they had to like swipe back and hold down for like 4 or 5 seconds. Um, if new video from Seaton, I gotta watch that when I'm done with this. If you made them do something like that where they had to swipe back and hold and make it a long duration so that it's kind of hard to pull off. But then once you do it, the Arc Overload's fully readied up, and you could do it again. And that would make all the Iron Men a lot better regen champs. It would kind of put them on par with Wolverine because then they can regen as much as you need them to. and the having more armor break and stun on Iron Patriot could actually make him a really decent champ for AQ. So that's the first thing. I don't think Iron Patriot is as bad as actually people say because he does have armor break and stun. All right, now moving on to Luke Cage. I really think Luke Cage really has nothing going for him. His signature ability makes him indestructible for 3 seconds. Okay, but if you're going up against a really high level champion and they use a special 3, they have to hit you before this is active. So, if I was to hop into Labyrinth and say, hey, why don't I just play and then when they get to the special 3, I'll be fine because I'll be invincible. The special 3 bypasses this. So, they could fix that. Or, um, another signature ability they could do is he becomes indestructible periodically. So every 5 seconds he becomes indestructible for 3 seconds. Something like that. Something where the indestructibility can trigger more than once and you can actually play around it and use it to your advantage. That would be a lot smarter. And it could make him a really good offensive champ um, when he's fighting against um, I don't know what would be good when he's fighting against like when you're like if you're fighting some really hard end game content and they constantly get their special 3, something like that, and you can use your indestructibility to tough out the special 3. That could make Luke Cage a much better champion for attack and even on defense. If he's just periodically indestructible, it's annoying to fight. It makes the fight longer. It extends the chance that someone's gonna mess up. Okay, so this physical resistance, he should always have it. This should be a passive ability along with his bleed immunity. His bleed immunity is good. I think it's just there. I don't think he should have a poison immunity, but that physical resistance should always be there because his skin is always hard no matter what. So he should have a permanent physical resistance buff. Okay, so light attacks. They have a chance to exhaust the opponent. This needs to go. All it does is give people willpower regeneration, and reducing critical damage really does not do a lot, especially by such a low rating. And it's for 9 seconds, so you can just play with it and use it to regen yourself up if you're ever fighting him. That needs to go. The chance to stun, I think. Well, actually, before I get into special attack, instead of the light attack, has a chance to exhaust the opponent, they should make it so it has a chance to gain fury for Luke Cage. Because if you see Luke Cage in the actual show and in the comics, sometimes you just go beast mode. And that fits perfectly into the fury. I think it should be a long, powerful fury. I don't know, it could be like a 70% fury, something like that. It lasts for 10 seconds. Give it a solid, I don't know, 10-15% chance to trigger. And then what you do with the special attacks is you put it up to 70% chance to stun. And I think you should make they should make the seconds a little more they should have that be a green number, so it'll go up as you rank up the champion. So then when he goes, let's see, if he goes, if he's like a rank 4 or 5 star, it'll stun the opponent for like 4 seconds, and then it goes down from there. So it's a 550 or a rank 3, it stuns for 3.5, something like that. Maybe you could make it a little longer, maybe you can make it a little shorter. That could be up to kabam. And then what they should do is instead of the chance of the stun being increased for each stack of exhaustion, they should have the chance of stun being increased for each stack of fury that he would get. So you make the fury stack. Actually, if you're making the fury stack, you should make it last for less long. So make it last for 5 seconds, 15% chance. So if you have 3 stacks of fury, then if the base is 70, now you have an extra 30. Every time you have 3 stacks of fury, you get a guaranteed stun on your special attacks. That would make Luke Cage so much better because each special attack, you could have a very high chance of getting a stun, and sometimes you have even a 100% chance of getting a stun. So that, I think, are ways that you can make Luke Cage and Iron Patriot a lot better champions. You need to make Luke Cage hit harder and also just up his base attack, like just make it higher. Like it's not high enough. I think it should be a little bit out of the norm as abnormally high, because Luke Cage, indestructible skin. He also has the super strength. He hits extra hard. So that's what I think they should do with Luke Cage. I think if they made all those changes to Luke Cage and Iron Patriot, they can make both those champions really good champions. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me today, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy these ideas. If you have any more ideas, leave them in the comment section below. Thank you guys for 100 subscribers. We streamed earlier today. I think we got to about 105, maybe 104. But I just want to say to everyone, I hit my mic. Thank you for all that, and let's go. Let's push on. Let's go to 150. So I will catch you guys later. I think I'm gonna stream a little later. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Peace.